Hi everyone, good afternoon or good evening or good morning, wherever it is you're watching us from today. It's Monday and that means this is our first in our series of makes on a Monday. So what we're going to be doing is bringing you collections, demonstrations, tips and techniques on Mondays, either myself or Elizabeth and the team up at the Innovation Hub, and we're going to be sharing with you some exciting things that are coming up in the near future, or just having a crafting session with you really. So something exciting is tomorrow we have launching spring occasions from Imagination Crafts, and I am very honoured to be doing that show tomorrow. So I thought, why not jump on here today and share exactly what you're going to get in that collection, show you a little bit what you can make with it, and also just really get you excited. And of course it's spring coming up, so it's a perfect time to start working on your spring crafts. And if any of you are joining us on the video, do give us a shout out and drop us a comment and we'll get back to you. But of course, we want to know what you get up to at Easter. We want to know everything that people craft for. I myself, I like to make cards at Easter. I do like to do wreaths as well. But there's so many things that can be explored with crafts at spring, and it's such a fun, pretty time to work with craft because it's the time to get everything together and all of your florals, and it's a very refreshing time as well. So throughout the video, do leave any comments and we will be getting back to you with our social media team throughout it. Okay, so I'm going to get straight into it and show you exactly what you're going to get. I'm going to start off with the thing that you all love the most, and that is your rice papers. Okay, now this collection has some of the most beautiful rice papers I think I've ever worked with. And I say this because they actually are a slightly different style and they lend themselves to a little bit of watercolour. So what I'm going to do actually is give you a sneak peek of the packaging there. You can see this is your spray of papers, this is what you're going to get. But what I'm going to do is use the back of this because it's so white. I can actually hold my papers against it and you can see just how the colours pop within that paper, and that's actually something quite useful to share with you. So if you've not worked with rice paper before, I know a lot of you have, and a lot of you absolutely love your papers. You like to get a pack to craft with and a pack to save just purely because you like to collect them. Like myself, I always like to keep a set that I can go back to and sort of look over and eventually snip into if I feel I want to use them. But you can see that if I pop it against this, which isn't actually the dullest of backgrounds, it's a gingham fabric, very without much with our Easter theme. But if I pop this white card behind it, you can see there as the card's actually travelling behind the paper. It just brings the colour to life, and that's the beauty of this rice paper, because it means, of course, with its sort of semi-translucency or transparency, it means that you can apply it to different surfaces but also pop the colour however you like. So if you place it on a dark surface, it can tone them down. Lighter surface, it can bring out the colour. But of course, I'm going to get into what's actually on here. You actually get in scenery, so you've got a scene here in the background, which of course if you were to cut this in half, build your scenes in front, you've automatically got a story that's being built here, and then it's cornered by this beautiful foliage that just sits in the top corner. But the way that the designers here at the iHub have designed this for you is they've given you a perfect line. So you've got a seamless image, but you do actually have a line, which means you can cut this out. So you could use this on your decoupage, so you can use your glues to lay this up onto cardstock, make them more robust and durable so they can be moulded into different shapes. So if you're a paper crafter, mixed media is for you as well, because the way I like to look at it is that mixed media really is absolutely anything that you choose to mix together. So it could be, if you've done a watercolour painting and you add some glitter to it, it's the two types of medium, you're mixing them together. Maybe you've done a stamped image and you've put some embossing powder on it and then you've put some shimmers or inks over it. It technically could be mixed media because you're just mixing mediums. And that's one thing I love to explore with craft, is because a lot of crafters that I've met and spoke to are sometimes a little bit apprehensive or a little bit nervous about you doing mixed media, because it's automatically you get that image of all the grunge and the mess, this, that and the other, which of course you can do. Every now and again I do projects that involve so many different products, but it means that you can actually create whatever you want. There's no boundaries to it, so it's very much a very like therapeutic sort of craft, because it means that you can just sort of get everything out that you own and just have fun with it and make whatever you want. But that's one of the first of our papers, and you're getting 4 in this collection. So you can see as well that beautiful bunny that just pops up in this corner behind these flowers, and he's coloured in so beautifully. He's watercoloured and the tones just, they're so warming and refreshing. So the next paper in your collection, we've incorporated 2 landscape and 2 portrait for you because we know that you absolutely love being able to make your landscape canvases, or maybe your portrait ones for photos, scrapbooking, things like that. But in here you have your butterflies, you've got this big hare here, and you've got the little Easter eggs, which I just absolutely love. So you can see there you've got your foliage with your flowers around here and these pastel coloured Easter eggs. Now I'll move on to the paints in a bit, but you're going to absolutely adore the paints that have been put together with this collection because it just works so well. You've also got these flowers here, the beautiful pastel pinks, and again, a scene that runs through in the background. So the way the team at iHub and Imagination do these rice papers is they build them in layers for you. So you've got your story in the back, and then you can just create whatever adventure you want to over the front. But this has been done for you. So maybe if you are a beginner in craft and maybe it's something that you're sort of going into, or you may be thinking, do you know what, for 2022, it's a new year, I want to start a new craft. Maybe mixed media is something you want to try, but you're a little bit apprehensive or a bit skeptical of how to do it. The rice papers are a great way to start because they almost are like a finished background for you. So it means that that's done, and then you can overlay with your stencils or photographs for scrapbooking. So a lot of the story has either been created or then you can add to it and make your own. The next one in the collection is another one of our landscape. Now this one, you've got script in the background, you've got musical notes, you've got the foliage that just corners and frames the whole top of this paper. So it is like a piece of artwork on its own. Then you do have this lovely sort of wildflower field section with that beautiful little bunny here. And we've got our lovely little nest there with some eggs in. These are just such key elements to crafting at Easter. Again as well, thank you ever so much for joining us. If you are joining part 3 of this video, we will be going through all of the comments as well and getting back to you. But let us know what you like to make at Easter. Do you like to make, I can remember actually when I was in primary school, my mum used to make us Easter bonnets. We used to do a parade in school and she'd make these Easter bonnets and they'd have like fluffy chicks and everything stood to them, and we'd do stuff like that. So maybe if you craft with the grandchildren or your kids when they come home from school, or what they're making for Easter crafts in school, let us know and see what everyone's up to for Easter. So you can see that paper there, beautiful background as well. And then the last one in your collection, this one is brilliant because it ties in to all of those crafts we've mentioned. So if you're a scrapbooker, this is perfect. You've got your tape sections on these ones, and these are all ruffled edges of these sort of little postcards. These are great for tags as well. So maybe if you like to make hampers and gifts, these are great to cut out as tags, place them onto your cards as little stamped images. But they're really, really cute. I mean, that one there, the design is so delicate. You've got that beautiful little buzzy bee in the corner going up to all these little flowers, and then those eggs that you saw on that paper, they're in a little nest. They're on these designs as well, which just ties the whole collection together. So it's been thought through so well because it means that everything that you're getting in this collection matches beautifully and allows you to create these stunning projects. So that's 4 of your papers that you're getting in this collection. And remember, you're getting 2 of each design, so you're getting 8 papers in total. Now, to the next bit, which is your stencils. So I've got some boards here that Elizabeth's done at the iHub, and she's done an absolutely stunning job, as she always does with these boards, because she really does, I mean, when you get your stencils home, you'll realise just how exquisite they are. It doesn't always do it justice, but Elizabeth's done a fab job with these because you can see here exactly what you are getting. Now this one here is your basket of spring, and it's an A4 stencil, and you're getting all of this artwork to work with here. And you can see what Elizabeth's done is showing you just how easy it is to colour these in. Now within the collection, you are getting a set. I'm going to show you them now. You get a set of Cadence hybrid acrylics, okay? So if I just show you there, that set of hybrid acrylics that you're getting, whether it's the light blue, the yellow, the baby pink, the pastel greens, what Elizabeth's done is she's actually taken all of those and just combine them into this image here just by laying the stencil over and blending through to create a beautiful image, which could then, if you wanted, transfer it into a card. So really simple card to make just like that for Easter can be done with just one stencil. And that's just one single image you're getting on this board. You're getting all of your foliage here, the ones that corner the top, and then you have the most amazing sentiment as well, bloom where you are planted, which I just think is such a beautiful saying, and that could go in the centre of a circle card, it could go on bottle bags, it could go on cards, it could just look, it adds that finished touch. And then of course you have your daffodils as well. You can see these blooms here and your daffodils, which we've actually cut out and popped around here for you. So that's your first A4 stencil in that kit. The next one that you're going to receive is the full bloom. This one is brilliant. Look at that big bunny that's sat there. So if you're watching or with us today, if do you have any bunny rabbits at home? I know that a few of us here at the office have rabbits and stuff, and one of our team members, Sam, she dresses up her rabbit for Easter every year. It's incredible. But this is just such a signature image for Easter. I think it's so cute. And then you're getting this archway you can see here that runs across the top, and it actually goes round these bunnies you have. And the way that Elizabeth's put these together, she's popped the bunny in the centre, and this archway then runs over it with your foliage underneath. So everything you're getting on these stencils will work together to build an image on their own. But if I just tilt it to the side like that, you can see they're also getting these silhouettes. Now these could be done on vellums to go maybe at the front of a scene to build perspective, or you could just use them as silhouettes as the art to finish off your projects. So you're getting a lot to work with in this kit. Really, really nice stencils. But Easter, it's such a nice time to craft. And I'm going to quickly show you the stencils themselves. So I've shown you the boards. So if I've got this here, down in front of me, if I pop this down, you can actually see the two stencils, what you're getting. So these are both A4. So that there is all of the artwork that you're going to be able to work with. Flip that one over. Of course, they're all reversible. If unless you're using a sentiment, flip them over. So maybe you've got your bouquet on one side and you want to make a full spray, so you flip it over so you've got them coming down both ways. Your daffodils as well, mix them through with your paints, your pastes. Really, really nice on fabric as well. So there's so much to work with in this collection. I just absolutely love it, and we've had such a good time crafting with it. I think I'm going to show you some of the samples, because I'm going to show you some of the cadence that we've got as well, but the samples really are just incredible, and this is just a few of what we've got here to show you. So I'm surrounded by stuff. This here is what I'm drawn to straight away. Now this is what you can be creating with this collection. So you can just see there. So drop down in the comments what you use this for at Easter. Okay, maybe you have the family around for Easter Sunday and you have a big Sunday dinner. We used to do that as a family. Growing up, we would always have everyone round. We'd all bring us Easter eggs around. Or maybe you do an Easter egg hunt. That's something really exciting that you could be doing as well. And this would work great for your crafts. So something like this, really easy to create just with your stencils. Easter egg hunt this way. That's something that you could create for the grandchildren as they come round and you're hiding the eggs in the garden. My granddad used to do that. And we'd get there and we'd know it would be happening. It would have been set up and there'd be a little sign and it would be a trail everywhere. And then me and my sister would argue for the Easter egg. Each time we'd find one, we'd squabble over it. But we used to do that every year. So these are the sorts of things that maybe if you want to start doing something like that, this collection, if you're a crafter or know someone's at craft, it could be a great gift. But you can start these sort of traditions with this sort of collection. But really simple little ideas like that around the home, or even attached to a gift, are just so beautiful. And that's been done with the hybrid acrylics in the collection. And then Elizabeth's actually just laid over this with a single layer of the varnish from Cadence, which is also going to be on the show. And whilst I'm covering that varnish, I want to show you this because this is just incredible. So this is the stencils in the collection, okay? So it's got that beautiful rabbit you can see there. And these are the two sprays of flowers and foliage. These two stencils here, they've gone just around the edge of this log base, sort of coaster mat. How beautiful is that as a wall hanging plaque? It is brilliant. And the thing is as well, this collection, not just for Easter, but for spring, summer, all around, it's perfect for Mother's Day, for Father's Day, or for birthdays. It really does tie into multiple seasons and occasions because you've got all of those signature elements in there that are also like really on trend as well. So if you're making home decor items like this, for example, this is out all year round. It's not necessarily just for that time of year because it is so in keeping and it's timeless as well. That's the thing that really is so brilliant about this kit. But you can see we've got the silhouettes there of the rabbits going along the side and that beautiful rice paper that's covered the top. Maybe this could be a gift box or an old shoe box that you've got under the bed. I know I've got loads of shoe boxes. I'm just thinking I never know what to do with them, but I'll keep it anyway. This is the time to use stuff like that. Or even, you know, we've all been through Christmas and had those chocolate tins, boxes and stuff like that lying around. Really inexpensive items that you'd usually throw away. If you're upcycling them with this, they'd be great to give your Easter presents in, or maybe it's so much nicer to receive an Easter egg in a box like this with maybe a bit of straw or hay inside it. Pop all your treats in there, or maybe something to gift your cards in. things like that would be really, really nice. So a collection that has all of that in it is quite unique because it allows you to explore so much creativity, but every time you're going to get the results you want because the rice papers are designed so beautifully, the stencils have so much to work with, the cadence allows you to work efficiently, affordably and easily, but it means you can combine all of those together and create exactly what you see here today. With no skill required, it's all been done for you because you've got the guides of the stencil and the rice papers to complement everything that you do. So I'm going to show you a little bit more of what you're getting from Cadence in this collection. Now this one, I know you love this product. You might actually be able to hear it. You can feel the dimension and texture that you're getting with this product. So that's the Cadence Diamond Metallic Relief Paste set. You're getting your gold and mint green in there, which is just brilliant. I think these are great and they're such fabulous spring refreshing colours. It wouldn't be the collection without this signature gold in here. That could be elements to add on to your drawer pulls, or it could go on to the finishes around your tops of your boxes. Stenciling through with this as well is brilliant because it gives you that dimension and texture, the depth that you want from a paste. But the mint green as well just ties in so well with those papers. It's that really refreshing sort of colour that ties in with fabrics like this that I'm using here today. It all works so well. You then get your Cadence Dora metallic paint set. Of course, with this you can see the Dora flash. Some of you will have seen these on the show before. We always try to get them in, and we've got some new colours on here, like the misty green, sorry. Really nice colour. Sand gold as well, the dried rose and archer blue. They're so, so pretty. But of course you get that Dora flash in there, and that's made up of thousands of crushed metal flakes. And the formula that Cadence creates means that you get a two-tone running through this paint. It's usually with gold or silver complemented with the pigment of choice, which means that you're getting a flash of colour from all angles that your projects are viewed from. We have something super cool in this collection, and it is something that we have had so much fun working with, and I have a sample actually to show you what it will create. But first, I'm just going to show you what it is, and it is the chalkboard paint from Cadence. Now you're getting this in an ice green. I keep calling it ice cream for some reason, but it's definitely not. It's ice green. It's black and grey. Now, drop down in the comments what you would do with this product because it sparked so many ideas straight away. We were thinking of doing memo boards, place settings, name plaques. It's great for baby showers when people are deciding what they're going to pick as the gender, things like that. And it's really fun to create a task board, memo board, to-do list, but it's done with a paint, which is brilliant. So you're getting it in 3 shades, these 3 shades here, and then of course take your chalks to it, and you can create something like this. So you can see there, I hope you can see that, I'm just slightly, this is massive, but this is a chalkboard. So you can see, you can write whatever you want. We've got our Easter one displayed here, all done in the chalk pen, so this was all wipeable. And then we've got our shopping list and our menu down there. Elizabeth's done a fab job with this, but you can just see what you can create. And it's literally applied with a sponge or a brush, let it dry and put your chalk on here. Any chalk that would do, anything that's from a craft store, children's chalk, you get it so inexpensively, really cheap. But it's fully water-based and non-toxic, which means you can use it on multiple surfaces and get the same result. So that's the sort of thing you could create. So I'm so happy that we managed to get that in this collection because we once got the chalkboard paint and it absolutely flew. And it took us ages to get it back again. So I'm so happy that we've managed to get it, and especially in these 3 colourways, because maybe you've got a lovely grey kitchen, maybe you've got a lovely green kitchen, or the black will tie in with any colour that you've got. So you could complement a trend that you already have, or maybe start a new one. So it's a way, and of course do it on bottles as well. It'd be lovely, maybe you've bought a really nice bottle of wine for someone for Easter. If you get the section where the label is, paint over it with your chalk paint and then write on the actual chalk section, happy birthday, whoever it's addressed to, or what the nature of the gift is, something like that, whether it's a well done or a congratulations. It's lovely ways that you can do that. Or maybe you've got something like this, or it's a tag. So even if you're just using a standard MDF present tag or something on a heavyweight cardstock, you could make a tag that you can chalk right on. And then of course, whoever's received that gift can use it themselves to repurpose and recycle with the chalk. It's such a fab idea. And that's the reason why imagination works with Cadence, because the choices that you get and the versatility and how universal the products are allows you to always have the same results, which is the fact that you're satisfied with what you've purchased because you can recreate exactly what you see here, which makes it second to none. So we've gone through the paints, everything that you're going to get in the collection. So I just want to show you some more finished samples. So you can see here, this is done by Judith on our design team. And this is such an ingenious idea because you've got here, when I first saw it, I thought it was a hat. Okay, but what this is a plate. And then look at this, it's actually a cake box. How incredible is that? And then this here, all of the colours that come in the collection, the paints, tone up to make something like this. Imagine that as a centerpiece, okay, for your Easter celebrations table. Now, these are the sort of things that you can be creating at home with this collection. And then just to show you on here, the stencils. How amazing is that? So that's swag there, which is on the stencil. If I reach down here, sorry, I'm placing things everywhere. That there is the swag stencil. You can just see it there. And Judith's actually used this all around here to create up that. I think it's amazing, I really do. And this is cardstock. So you can create your home decor items through things that are fully sustainable like your cardstock, but how beautiful is something like that? Or maybe you've got your fleurs. So we've got this here, you might have been sat looking at this. This here is some fleurs that have been on air recently, but we've painted all of these little Easter eggs here with the Dora metallics from the collection. So if you've got your little polystyrene eggs, things like that, place them in your kits, pop them, get things out of your stash and paint them up to use within your arrangements and things, because it allows you to sort of be able to repurpose and create everything for multiple seasons. But I just think stuff like that is so beautiful. So this show actually is launching tomorrow on Create and Craft, which is super exciting. I'm just going to quickly hold up some of these papers just to tease you one last time. So you can see here some of the stuff that you're getting. That beautiful on there with the rabbit on it. We've got our portrait and landscape. You've got the hair on there with the scene. You've got your rabbit with the background with the script. And then we've got the same one again. I've gone through and shown you all the same ones. Where have I put my last one? It's flown across the carpet, actually. It's all the way down here. See, this is what happens when we do Facebook Lives. Things fly everywhere. I can't just cut and then we'll go back to it. Here we are. There we go. And that's your last one in your collection. So this is what you're going to receive in that collection. And the shows are at 12, I believe, 12 and 12:45. So we've got 2 hours of crafting to share with you, which I absolutely love, because when we've got 2 hours for a show, I mean, let us know down in the comments what you want to see from us, from Imagination and all of the brands here at iHook. But when we've got 2 hours, it means that we can share far more inspiration with you, which allows me to do more demonstrations. It means that from that first show, we can continue straight into the second. And even if we're halfway through a demonstration, we can get straight back into it. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you'd like to see. Maybe if you are into mixed media, or maybe you love your stamping, or maybe you just like to work with stencils every now and again. It doesn't matter what sort of craft it is, or even if you're just getting into craft. It's lovely to hear back from you and see what you do as well. So let us know what you're doing for spring and Easter time, because that inspiration we can turn into ideas for you if it's a new collection or something that you've always wanted to craft with. I know a lot of the crafters out there love florals and exploring new types of florals or fantasy flowers, so we're looking into that as well. But we're looking at so many different ideas and we're able to share that inspiration with you as well. And it's a great way to sort of sit back and enjoy and just soak it up. Like, I love being able to sit with you and do demonstrations and crafting. So me and Elizabeth will be doing far more of those as well, so join us on Mondays for that. But yep, the show is tomorrow on Create and Craft at 12, so do join me for spring occasions from Imagination Crafts. I've absolutely loved being able to share with it for you today. So do join me then, and I will see you